I can talk and hold my music and hold the mic at the same time.
I'm kidding, but I'm not standing up like tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. You ready?
No, I'm going to be on the floor because then I have to run back to the organ because I literally planned the first piece with them. So I told them make some noise while I walk back, but we'll see. I may just awkwardly walk back and.
Oh yeah, we probably should too. No?
If it's off swing.
Not now.
It's going to change. We're just going to have to listen.
Good afternoon.
That's how we're doing.
I'm well. How are you?
That's true. And we should have tuned before everybody came in. We should have. Well,
I'm just going to go check, make sure that
learned.
organ is set, and then I'll walk up and make a big.
Here she comes. I should get a nice water bottle like that so that looks so cheap.
I got one that it's got Emily on it. You can have it. It's a Yeti. Oh, it's a good one, but it's just got the wrong name on
It's not my name.
it. You could just cross it out. Cross it out.
That's my name.
Yeah, there you go.
If they want to lose their hearing, they go up. Welcome to Victory Lutheran. I'm Kristen Holden Prouty, the Director of Worship and Music here, and I'm just so thankful that you've come out for another afternoon of music. I've been able to hear these guys practicing, and I know that you're just going to really enjoy this afternoon. I hope you have a program, or there's one close to you that you can look at. On the back, you'll see our next concert is going to be on March 30, and this is a concert that the Victory Choir has been working on. And there's going to be together with strings and brass and organ, and it's an opportunity to come and hear some of the lesser-known early sacred music in America. So Moravian masterpieces. It's just going to be a beautiful afternoon of music, and I hope that you'll come out and enjoy that. I also would like to tell you about our newsletter. There's lots of things that happen at Victory, and if you're interested, there's a calendar in the middle with all the things in it. So you can pick those up out on the table in the foyer along with a Lenten devotional. We are in the first week of Lent, and so if you'd like to have some readings as we go through this journey towards Easter, I'd invite you to pick up one of those. Of course, you're welcome to attend. We have Lenten worship services on Wednesday at 4 o'clock and Easter coming up with Holy Week. So a lot going on, and you're always welcome here. This afternoon, we're so excited to have Main Street Brass, and I've also been invited to play two pieces with them, which is exciting for me. So I'll get to be back at the organ here in a minute. You can read about them and their very varied and interesting lives inside of the program, and they'll also talk a little bit about the music during the concert. Afterwards, please stay. We have a reception, chat, meet somebody you've never met, thank the musicians for their time and their talents. And also, if you'd like to support both Main Street Brass and things that they support as well, because some of the money that they receive, they in turn give back to the community, as well as the music here at Victory, we have offering receptacles out there that you can give a donation to afterwards, and we'll put it to good use, I promise you that. So, that's enough of me talking. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoy this lovely afternoon of music with Main Street Brass.
Kristen. Thank you, everybody, for coming and listening to the Main Street Brass Quintet. We have one in the back, too. But anyway, that song that we just played with Kristen was called Trumpet Voluntary No. 1, written by Dr. William Boyce in the 1700s. It's from 10 voluntaries for the organ or harpsichord. It was originally a work to show off the trumpet stop on an organ, later arranged by David Marlott to replace that brilliant sound with brass quintet and organ. Our next song...
We're trading off here. Our next song is called Just a Closer Walk to Thee, which is a traditional gospel song and jazz standard that has been performed and recorded by many artists. The song is one of the most frequently played numbers in the hymn and dirge section of the traditional New Orleans jazz funerals. In New Orleans, a funeral starts out with a hearse bearing the body to the cemetery, while the people following the casket are called the second line. The title and lyric of the song allude to the biblical passage from 2 Corinthians, which states, "We walk by faith, not by sight. Just a closer walk to thee."
Thanks, thanks. Did you hear how we went to the funeral? And then to the bumpity bump 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 at the back? Anyway. So our next song, I got it up. Our next song is California Dreaming. 1965, the Mamas and the Papas. Yep, we don't just do Dixieland or classical. We do some pop rock and some famous other stuff. Folk rock genre written by John and Michelle Phillips. Dreaming about the warmth of Los Angeles during a cold winter in New York City. California Dreaming.
Well, we are going to go back to some Dixieland. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Is a song which was first heard in the movie New Orleans in 1947, where it was performed by jazz legends Louis Armstrong and Billie Holiday. Written shortly after World War II, the song resonated with many Americans who had left their hometowns, whether for military service or to seek new opportunities. For them, the lyrics capture the nostalgia of home and the longing to return to their roots. The title itself is almost a rhetorical question, suggesting that anyone who knows New Orleans would inherently understand what it means to miss its unique charms. It's a tribute to the city spirit, which continues to inspire artists and captivate visitors with its rich musical and cultural heritage. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans?
Thank you, everybody. On trombone, Cliff Crawford. Isn't he great? Isn't he great? I might as well go ahead and introduce us while I have your attention. Over here at French horn, we have Sally Miller, Cliff Crawford on trombone, Bob Passarge over here on tuba. I'm Dave Beyer, and this is Karen Beck. We're trumpet players. Okay, now the next song that we're going to do is, I had to brush up on my German because it's a German song, and Bob over here, he had a couple of jokes that were German-oriented, but I don't think I should probably say them here in a church. Anyway, so the name of this is Die Bankelsangerlieder. Die Bankelsangerlieder. Well, it's a 17th century, okay, we're talking old here, 17th century Baroque sonata. The title means the Song of the Bench Singers. Bankelsänger means in German bench singers or traveling musicians or buschkers, had to look that one up, who performed in local taverns, often standing on benches to be seen and heard. The song is thought to be written by a German composer, Daniel Speer. He was born in 1636, died in 1709, so it certainly is an early one. So this is one of our drinking songs, but you're going to think it's just Baroque. Not broke, Baroque. Okay, I'm going to do two in a row. Our next song is a gospel song, Were You There When They Crucified My Lord? It's an African-American spiritual that was first printed in the book Old Plantation Hymns in 1899. They don't know who wrote it. It was just one of those songs that was there. Were You There?
Well, Henry Fillmore was an American musician, composer, publisher, and band leader, and best known for his over 250 marches and, yes, screamers. One of his most popular compositions is called Lass's Trombone. And when Fillmore was asked the origin of the title, Fillmore answered, "Why, molasses, of course. I thought of molasses on bread for breakfast." Lass's Trombone was also John Philip Sousa's favorite smear song, and he played it on every concert wherever he toured. And delegates who attended the 1949 Music Educators Conference were treated to a line of trombonists that stretched across a football field playing Lass's Trombone, which I'm sure had to be a hoot and a half there. So if you don't know what a smear is, Cliff will show you in just a few minutes. Lass's Trombone.
Know what a smear is now? Trumpets can't do it. There we go. Anyway, our next song is Beer Barrel Polka. Yep, we do those beer songs. This is a polka, though, and this one probably, Voda was his name. The Czech version was framed as a love song, while the English version became a song celebrating the repeal of Prohibition in the U.S. It was slated the 12th most popular song by radio plays in 1939 and continued its popularity through World War II, and we still love it today. Beer Barrel Polka. No. She said I should sing along, but I can't do that in the trumpet. Makes you want to get up and dance, huh?
Well, I just have to add that that was my late father's favorite song in the world. So from the time I could remember, I've heard the Beer Barrel Polka. Well, our next tune, we're going back to some Dixieland again. We're going back, well, let's just say this. The Royal Gardens is a large dance hall on Chicago's South Side, and it was home to the original Creole Band in 1918. A year later, two new transplants to Chicago, Clarence Williams and Spencer Williams, not related, collaborated on words and music for the Royal Garden Blues. And that was recorded by the original Dixieland Jazz Band in 1921. The song is considered to be one of the first popular songs based on a riff, which is a short repeated figure in a melody or the accompaniment of a musical composition. And I thought, I was looking for a good example of a riff, and I think this crowd might know this. If you know Smoke on the Water, bum, 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 ba-dum, that is a riff. So that's your musical lesson for today. So I'd like to play Royal Garden Blues.
I don't know if you heard it, but Bob on tuba had a solo in there, and you don't get a tuba solo too often in any group. And he did a great job in that. Royal Garden Blues. All right, let me get this. This next song, I wanted to sing, but it's about a bird. It's about a nightingale, and all I can do is go. So they said I couldn't do that because it didn't sound like a nightingale. It's supposed to sound like a nightingale. Anyway, the song we're going to play is A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. It's a romantic British popular song written in 1939. The lyrics by Mashawich, and the music was by Sherwin. Listen for the nightingale through the song.
We always love it when Bob has those low pedal notes. It always sounds so nice. Well, our next piece is called Sourwood Mountain, and it's a song about two people courting and the feelings of being far away from your friend or lover. Sourwood is also a tree that is native to the southern Appalachians. The song is a traditional American folk song, and it's been played or sung for centuries, and it was probably brought to America by Scotch-Irish immigrants who settled in the Appalachian Mountains. The first lyrics go like this: chicken a-crowing on Sourwood Mountain, hey-ho, diddle-I-day. So many pretty girls, I can't count them. Hey-ho, diddle-I-day. As is the case with many folk songs, Sourwood Mountain has many variations, and believe me, when I was reading through them, there must have been like 300. So you can pretty much use any verses you want to. So if you feel like singing with us with the chicken a-crowing part, feel free to do that. So Sourwood Mountain.
Hey, hold it. Oh, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. You know, the older you get. Anyway, I wanted to play the banjo with this, but they said it wouldn't fit, so can't play the banjo. But this is a good banjo song. Did you hear the tuba solo again? We did give him 2 this set. So. We told him to stand up. He said no. He says, I'm not going to stand up. So our second to last song is When the Saints Go Marching In. You should know that one. If you can sing it, you want to stand up, march around, all that good stuff. It's great. When the Saints Go Marching In, made popular by Louis Armstrong in the 30s, a black spiritual. Again, they really don't know who wrote it. Our version is arranged by Zachary Smith. When the Saints.
Well, thank you. Before we play our last piece, I'd like to give a big thanks to Victory Lutheran Church for allowing us to use their beautiful facilities. If you've never played on a stage, it's wonderful to play in here. It's just great. And of course, we need to thank Kristen for giving up her spare time to practice with us and to perform with us today. She's been awesome, and I hope you people that go to church here really appreciate her because she's terrific. Well, we're going to conclude with a piece today called Flourishes. This piece begins with a brilliant toccata beginning with the organ and answered by the brass quintet, and then continues with a dialogue between the organ and the quintet. It was written by Carlisle Sharp, an organist, and first performed in Missouri in 2005. Thank you for coming today. You don't know how nice it is to play for such a great audience. Thank you. And so, Flourishes. If we had, whoops, if we had an encore, we'd do it, but we don't. So thanks for coming again.
You got through it. All right. Well, see you tonight. Good job.